Okay, so again, this within the circle will create these images with the illusion of three-point perspective. Kind of gives it this feel of motion at the same time, using the orthographic and isometric sketch, but starting off with a square cube shape first. And the vanishing points, you're going to have three. And if you remember, like I said in the first part, was one-point perspective had the images that were parallel. So this surface right here is parallel to the picture plane, which happens to be the paper. Angular was the two-point perspective, and now 3 points is when it's the corner that's set up. So what you're going to do is to create 3 points on the perimeter of the circle to place that in there. So you've pretty much have taken and found the square across the diagonals, divided the shorter diagonals into thirds to locate that part that makes the circle. And if you can see this on this paper, just kind of using it as a model, and then taking this piece showed before, just kind of making it into a cube onto this section. So it's just taking the flat piece and just kind of folding one side inside of itself. So this has the parallel section of one-point perspective. The two-point perspective had this happening with the angle. This is the angle that's parallel to the picture plane. And 3 points is when you have the point parallel to the picture plane, and then the camera is giving you the illusion that all of these lines from this point are going to three separate sections, because these taper down from here. So by using this model and trying to take a look at this particular first sketch of this cube, you can kind of see where these lines taper down and they hit a point down here. So you're going to pick 3 points that are kind of in a triangle along the circumference or the perimeter of the circle to help you start this part out, to illustrate that. And again, if it has an elliptical shape, you can see that when you have it from a front view, it is the circle on the flat surface, but as it's tilted away, the illusion is that it turns into ellipse with a major axis, minor axis, and that gives you that section that's, but in true, it's drawn connectively like that, connectivity to each of that piece. So here it is, this flat piece. So aside from the pattern that's on there, don't worry about that, but just take a look, and anywhere within this circular piece is to pick a point, okay? And from that point, you're just going to try to radiate out into 3 sections. So I'm going to put a mark over here, maybe one way over here. And I'm just going to put a number 1 next to it. Just make sure you keep it organized, because it's going to get pretty crazy there. And then line it up with the vanishing point to the center. And just trace this out, connecting this out. So this gives you the 3 sides of it. It gives me that section. So that's the corner. Represents this corner here with these 3 sides. If I flip back to this guy, the shape is now represented with this point and these 3 angles that are now not parallel to the picture plane going to these final segmented points. Now, taking this and trying to estimate the overall length of this, I'm just going to try to make it a square shape. So this becomes an arbitrary distance. Okay, but now it becomes a little tricky, because you have to transfer these all to the corresponding points. So I'm going to take this one to here. So they all go to the same point first. So that's that wall. This side's coming over to this direction. Line this one up. And you can see where it ends here, so I can go ahead and stop it. And then the last one just finishes it off. And I don't need it all the way, just stop right where the line happens. The only time you need it all the way is the first one, or close to all the way. And there gives me that that shape. And again, taking a look at that piece to the final, gives me these three sides now in perspective. And you can kind of see, again, taking a look back at this little maquette, you can see it as an angle. And hopefully the distortion here, it is straight, tapering on either side, and on either side from here. So all these lines now, these three taper to the right side, these go to the vertical, these go to the one on the left. And you'll notice that this has a pattern of a stripe, so that's pretty easily done. Just cross the diagonal here, for example. Just need one diagonal line for that side. Don't need it for the other, just need that point. And anything on this side is going to go right to that vanishing point. It's going to intersect here, so I just need to line this up to go onto this side. So there I have it all in as a red line, illustrated, and ready to ink in.